Hello everybody out there. I'm making this video to kind of talk about flipped classroom. So if your kid comes home and says, Mr. Twilliger teaches with a flipped classroom, you guys know what it is. And no, it does not mean we just flip it upside down and see what happens. Let's look what it is. Okay. Flipped classroom. What it means is that instead of the kids coming to class for lecture, the lectures are on YouTube. Okay. And that way, and I especially like it since I teach math, I give them their classwork because it's not homework. So we'll say questions are done in class. Okay. So again, what the students do is the lectures are going to be on YouTube, and sometimes I can put video in the corner, but sometimes I think that's distracting. And they come into class and I say, okay, any questions on the video? And what I also do is every day I start with an audit over the notes they're supposed to take. So that way I can see who watched the video, who didn't. And I can also look on YouTube and look at the views and know right away how many people watched it. And then at the end of our we have homework audit, which kind of is just to see who worked in class, who used their time wisely, who got done, who asked questions, all that good stuff. Okay? So that's what flipped classroom is. And next I'm just going to talk to you about some of the pros and cons that have come up with it. I'm going to start with the cons because you always end with a positive note. So some cons. Some students may finish earlier than others. Okay. And what I like to do with that is I have the students get done early. I tell them your job now is to help out those around you because I'm only one man running around here trying to help everybody. But that's still a problem because you can't have it. It's tough when half your class gets done earlier than the other half, but that's something we're currently working on. Also, one of the cons is, internet. We're not 100% of people have the internet. But what's nice is I tell students if you don't have internet, before or after school you can watch the video, during seminar, during lunch. I mean, we can find a time for them to get the internet, but that'll always be a problem. Like when we had that hurricane go through, I had a bunch of students tell me I couldn't watch the video last night because, the hurricane. And what I'll do with that is the first 15 minutes of class, I tell them instead of doing the audit, just run down there and take your notes at the computer lab. So then when they come back, they can work with their classmates on the actual work and they don't fall behind. Okay, but that's two things that you always have to keep in the back of your head when doing this. Now, pros. Students know how much homework they're going to have each night, how long it'll take them. It'll never be more than 15 minutes. And which is nice because we've all had classes before where you get stuck on a problem, you end up spending an hour on one problem, and it gets frustrating, you just want to quit. And I noticed that was one of my biggest problems in my pre-calc class. Kids would come and say, I just quit because this problem got really hard. But now that's not going to be an excuse anymore because, they spend their 15 minutes watching the video. Then when they come into class, they get stuck. Well, I'm right here to help them. And I found that to be very positive so far. Pros. Also, here's a pro. I've seen higher test scores. I won't write that one. But pro is more teacher-student interaction. We're building that relationship. Okay, I get to actually work one-on-one with students. I get to see where they're at. And I've really enjoyed that so far, to be able to sit next to a kid and actually see what they're doing, to see how they do a problem. And they can actually get me to sit by them one-on-one. Instead of me standing in front lecture the whole time, I can walk around and help them. And that's why students have liked it, because they know they won't ever get stuck on homework to have a long time. They know I'll be here to help them out. And I like it because I get instant feedback then. I mean, that's one of the most important tools as a teacher. I get instant feedback because at the end of the hour when I give that homework quiz, I can see what they understood, what they didn't. And that doesn't mean I'm not afraid to reteach something if the video didn't go well, or if the kids have questions on one of the problems I did. And just some other things I like to do with it is sometimes I like to throw in some humor, some music trivia to keep the kids interested. Overall, though, I found it to be a very positive experience. And hopefully you guys were able to fill out your note guides so that way you'll be ready for your audit when I see you guys again. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.